Hi guys, it's Holly here at Faces and welcome back to the Face It podcast. Today I'm here with the lovely Kirsty from Good Riddance Aesthetics. Kirsty, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today.
You're welcome.
So let's just kick things off by talking a little bit about your experience then. So do you want to just give us some insight into how you got into the industry and how you have built everything up to where it is today?
Okay, I was having treatments myself, and just realised how much that made myself feel better. And I've always struggled with my mental health. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go into this and try and make other people feel better.
Yeah.
And that's how I came into the industry, really. And my business name is actually named after a friend who passed away because of his struggle with mental health.
Yeah.
And the song Green Day's Time of Your Life was played at his funeral. And the other name of the Green Day song is Good Riddance. So I thought it was a bit of a play on words because most people that come into me are trying to get rid of something that they're self-conscious about.
Yeah.
But also with me, I knew that I'd be then supported by him because he's behind me.
Oh, I've literally got goosebumps. That's so
Oh,
lovely. And
sorry.
I think when it comes to the aesthetics industry and beauty, you guys as practitioners, you're also counselors, you're also, you know,
100%.
your clinic room is like a safe space for people to really offload. But I feel like my
Yeah.
practitioner knows more about me than probably my friends and family do because
Yeah.
no, it's just it's so different, isn't it? Because you just seem to offload when you're in that clinic room. And I
Yeah.
suppose it really ties in with, the reasons why you came into the industry. It's not just to make people feel and look good, it's to also like offer support, which I absolutely love. I think that's first of all so important, but secondly, just like such a nice thing that, you've been in a bad place yourself and now you want to sort of give back to everyone else, which is so nice. So do you find a lot of people come to your clinic sort of with quite, bad mental health problems and, feeling
Yeah.
insecure and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I've helped a few ladies get support with domestic violence. I have Claire's Law up in my room. I really promote it to all my ladies when they're telling me about a new date, or I'm like, have you checked them out?
Wait,
Did you know
what?
that you can do this?
What is that?
With
I've not heard of it.
Claire's Law. Okay, so Claire's Law is it's to check if a partner or new person you're seeing has a domestic violence background. So I actually, when a lady's talking to me, like, all my ladies tell me all kinds of things. So if they're going on dates, I'm like, and they've been on a few dates with the same person, I'm like, have you checked him out? Is he safe?
Um,
Because you can do that.
what is it, like a website?
No, it's through the police.
Okay. Sorry,
But there's two laws.
I've just not heard of this, so it's interesting
Oh,
for me.
sorry.
No. It's interesting for me and also anyone else watching to sort of know this because obviously it's such a huge issue.
Yes, so there's two laws. There's Claire's Law and there's Sarah's Law. I recommend that all practitioners should look them up and promote it to their clients, in gentlemen as well as ladies. But obviously, like you said, we are the people, we hear everything about our clients. Our clients tell us everything. So a lot of the time we get told things that we could see red flags sometimes and I think it's really important that they can check themselves as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's such a good point because I think every practitioner feels like, everyone says, oh, it's like I'm a therapist at times and, it's quite a
Yeah.
light-hearted thing, but it's so true. Like, you guys are sort of the eyes and ears of everyone that you see,
Mhm.
for example, a lot of clients may not have a supportive family or a good home life or, good friends to confide in, but actually, you're that one person where they feel safe. And, it's so much more than just the treatment that they're getting and the reason why they're booking in. So I think
Yeah,
that,
because we hear everything. We
yeah,
hear everything from an interview to how the interviews come out to their someone getting married, becoming a grandparent. I hear everything. I hear the good and the bad.
yeah.
I love hearing the good, but obviously I can support hearing the bad as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just out of interest then, so obviously your clients who have sort of come to you with those serious problems such as domestic violence, just so any other practitioner is aware, how do you then sort of deal with that and sort of take that to the next step? Because I can imagine for a lot of practitioners that can be potentially quite overwhelming in terms of like, where do I go from here? Because obviously there's confidentiality involved. There's also sort of knowing, what you should do in that situation.
So it was about talking to my client about reaching out herself. So I gave her some numbers to local domestic violence groups. And there's also a course called the Freedom Programme, which helps ladies see red flags. I personally think the Freedom Programme should be taught in schools, but that's completely different. I'll shut up.
No. So with the Freedom Programme, is that something that you'd recommend practitioners go to as well as clients?
I'm not sure. So Freedom Programme is things you sit in a group of ladies that have been through different experiences.
Yeah.
You find out about the different levels of control. Yeah, it's quite in depth.
So is it a bit like, sorry if I'm sounding really stupid, I'm just like, this is
No.
new to me, but I think it's really important. Is it a bit like, for example, like Alcoholics Anonymous, like that kind of thing? So they can go to these groups and
you get support.
Yeah.
You meet other ladies that have been through the similar kind of things, that then you actually realize, like, say you're someone that doesn't talk and you go to one of these groups, you could be listening and actually realize that a lot of the stuff you've been going through wasn't your fault, because that's the biggest thing, is realizing that you didn't cause it and it isn't your fault and there's nothing wrong with you, because so many other people have gone through this stuff. I think that's quite a big thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into all of this today.
No, I think it's really, really important issue. And, I think, you're clearly doing a fantastic job at, not, I don't want to say promoting it, but, it making sure that your clients, first of all, are safe within clinic, but safe out of clinic as well, because it's so important. And, like we said, you guys as practitioners, you do hear everything, the good and the bad. And I think, that I'm sure there's practitioners out there who have heard things where they're like, that's not right, but what do I do in this situation? So it's really helpful advice to practitioners to kind of know what they should advise and how they should sort of direct their clients to getting the help that they need, regardless of what it is. And then sort of following, once you sort of given them that advice and hopefully giving them the confidence to go and take those steps, is it just a case of you just being a friend to them and providing support outside of the clinic?
So I try and build up a relationship with all of my clients. Obviously it's professional, but I do have clients that will message me like, I've had a bad day, and we'll just have a quick chat. There's nothing wrong. We make, as aesthetics, we make a lot of money off of our clients. There's nothing wrong with giving them a little bit of extra support where they need it as well.
100%. No, completely agree. Just out of interest, on this topic still, have you come across clients before who have been suffering physical abuse, but also mental abuse, whereby, say, their partner or someone close to them has said that they need to get treatments done? Have you come across that before?
I haven't come across that. However, I did have a client that started coming to me. She never gave me any kind of red flags or anything, but then her partner started coming, and then I didn't see her without her partner at all. So every time she came in, he was actually there.
Right.
And I asked him to leave, because I was getting to the point where I was a bit like, I don't know, but I haven't actually seen that client since.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense? Because I don't know, when he was there, I was getting, she wasn't as comfortable as she was normally in my clinic room. And I think that's when I decided to have the Clare's Law up in my room, because before I used to just tell my clients, but now I actually have a poster about it in my room.
Yeah, And do you know what? That's a great idea, because it means if any client, doesn't want to offload these things and talk to you, they'll be laying there and they can see it. And
Yeah.
even if there's a client who it's not happening to them, but they think, do you know what, my friend is in a really.
And that is exactly what Claire's Law is about. You could say, right, my best friend started dating this guy. I'm seeing red flags, but she's like over the hills in love with him.
Yeah.
I just want to double check she's safe. And that's exactly what it's about. They're not going to come and say, oh, he's been done for fraud, or he's been done for robbery or whatever else. But if there is a background where he's been called in a domestic violence case, that's when the police would come out and say, actually, there is some kind of background.
Yeah. Do you know what? This just isn't talked about enough. And I think, this is a
Sorry.
great platform to really talk about it, because, the aesthetics industry is such a women-led industry.
Mhm.
It really is. And I think everyone always talks about, give support to everyone and give support to other practitioners. But, things like this are real and are happening. And I think you're so right. It's, even just having that up in your clinic can indirectly really, really help somebody. So I absolutely love that. And I think, having
Not just our clients, but sometimes our clients bring a friend or their mum, or
yeah,
there's someone with them, and they're sat in the room and they're the ones looking around while the client's having the treatment. So that's why the poster is a great thing as well.
yeah, absolutely. No, I think anyone who's watching this who maybe hasn't thought about this before, or who has thought about it but doesn't really know how to, you know, express it, or talk
Yeah.
about it with their clients, I think it's a really good message, and something that everybody should be aware of. So thank you so much, Kirsty, for sharing that. Just moving on to a different topic then, because I know we've digressed a bit.
Sorry.
Let's no, don't be sorry. It's great to have this conversation. Let's talk more about sort of your business then, in terms of treatment wise. So do you find that there are specific treatments which your clients come to because they know that you're really good at it, or do you have a kind of niche when it comes to your treatment?
Okay, got quite a broad treatment list. So a lot of my clients come for different things. I personally think I might have a little bit of ADHD. I don't like doing the same thing throughout the day. So the fact that I offer lots of different things mean each client that comes in my room is having something different throughout the day. So I get like, oh, I'm doing this today, and oh, I'm doing that, because it's different all day long. It's not the same, and I like that. No 2 days in my room is the same.
Yeah.
A lot of popular treatments is like microneedling. Microneedling is probably my biggest thing. I love doing it. I enjoy it. Obviously, you ladies can have a chat, or sometimes they, when to go quiet, but I love the results as well.
Yeah, amazing. And microneedling is a really great kind of maintenance treatment as well. I think
Yeah.
more people are so aware of skin these days, which I think is a great thing. I think 10 years ago, it was very much like, oh, Botox and dermal filler will fix everything. Like it won't, if you're getting those treatments, the best thing you can do as a client is to look after your skin, because you're going to get better results that way. So I think it's great now that these treatments are a lot more well known, and clients are kind of aware as to what treatments they can get by going to their aesthetics practitioner, which are actually going to help their skin. And I think I agree with you, the results can be incredibly amazing as well. And it's a good opportunity for anyone who's sort of interested in aesthetics but is a little bit unsure. It's quite a good gateway treatment, I guess. Sort of non-invasive, but it's a chance for you to obviously speak to them about maybe other areas that they're concerned about, and what other treatments you offer as well. With regards to sort of treatments that you're potentially going to be adding to your treatment list, is there anything else that you are currently training in or looking to train in the next few months?
I've been looking at tiny tattoos and maybe semi-permanent makeup, but again, it's just looking into it at the moment. I haven't decided 100%, but a lot of my clients keep saying, when you do that, then I won't have to go anywhere else to have anything done. I can just come to you.
Oh, do you know what? That's the best indicator as to what you should train in, because like
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily say you're like missing out on business, because it's not all about the money, but you know,
No.
clearly your clients want you to offer these treatments so that they can come to you, which I think is like bittersweet, because it's, you know, it's great that they're saying that because they you know, clearly really value you as a practitioner, but it's also like, oh, like I don't actually offer these treatments right now, so it's not something I can offer them. Just touching on tiny tattoos, I spoke to someone on my podcast recently. She's called Vicky. She owns Tattoo Masters. I don't know if you've looked into her academy.
I'll have a look.
So she has two businesses. There's Astara Wellbeing and Tattoo Masters, and she teaches
Right.
tiny tattoos.
I'm going to have a look.
Yeah, she's honestly, she's incredible. Such a nice
Well,
lady.
I'm a qualified body piercer. So I'm
Oh,
licensed and everything at my treatment room.
yeah.
So I think just bringing that in maybe would it goes hand in hand anyway. So
Yeah.
I have been thinking about it for a long time, but
Oh my
we'll
God,
see.
do it. Tattoo Masters is her academy. She's like
I'm going to look at it as it's
one
finished.
of the only two tattoo academies in the UK.
Wow.
Because I think with the tattoo, again, we're sort of digressing, so apologies. But with the tattoo industry, we had a big chat about it, and she was saying how, you know, usually with sort of the nature of that industry, it's like unless you get an apprenticeship in
You can't get in.
which are incredibly hard to get anyway, it's like there's no.
Mhm.
So she's actually set up an off-qual regulated tattoo qualification. And
That's
she's like,
awesome, because there's not many qualifications in it either.
yeah, so definitely I can send you her links afterwards.
Yes,
But
please.
it's just, you said tiny tattoos, and we were talking about that as well. So she also does aesthetics, semi-permanent makeup. But tiny
Yeah.
tattoos is something that's so like cool to offer, like, because everyone wants tiny tattoos these days. And also
Yeah. Well, I'm smothered in tattoos, so
I've got
yeah.
some on my legs, and I've got a tiny tattoo there, which is one that I got when I was like 16. But I think it's nice to give people the option to go to their aesthetics practitioner to
Yeah.
get something like that. You know, you don't have to book into a tattoo studio, which can be sometimes quite intimidating, I think. Just with the nature.
Depends where you go, because obviously I'm quite smothered. I've been to quite a few different tattooists, and I've
Yeah.
got my favourites, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely have a look into them, and anyone else watching, if you want to learn how to get into tattooing, Vicky is amazing. Right, so again, sorry, we've digressed a little bit as well.
No, that's fine.
So just touching on the Faces app then, Kirsty. So obviously you've used
Yeah.
Faces for quite some time now. Do you want to just
Yeah.
give us a bit of insight into how Faces has helped your business and what features you like to use, and why?
So I have used Faces for my consent form since I first opened, and connect with my prescriber and order all kinds of products, because then I know they're safe as well because they're all registered, and yeah. Then Faces has added the booking system. Now, I was reluctant to actually use this, so for
Okay,
ages I've been
tell us why you were
"Mm,
reluctant.
because I've never used the booking system. I've always spoke to every client individually before booking them in. So I've actually had a personal, like, okay, I've seen my client, I've spoke to them, they're booked in, approach to everything since I opened. But obviously I've been open a year and a half now, and my business has picked up really, really quickly. And I put the booking system out, and I only actually released my link about 2 weeks ago. And I don't know I don't know why I was holding back so much, because the the links that I've had over when I've been away, the bookings I've had, well, you can probably see on your system how much I've earned in this month, and I've only worked 10 days this month. So
You know what? Like you've just been on holiday for 2 weeks. That
yeah,
that booking link just means your business can run whilst you're not on your phone and
yeah.
working, like you say. And have you found you've had like new clients booking through there as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
So obviously some clients obviously didn't think about, maybe they've been waiting for a booking link to book in, didn't know how to look book in. So I've just added the link to every one of my posts now. So if I'm doing an informative post about, I don't know, buy a repeal, they are then the links there, they can then go, that's what she's talking about. They go click link book.
Yeah.
And then the deposit's done as well. I'm not chasing anyone for anything. All the
Yeah.
consent forms are done. It's brilliant. The only thing I would say
Yeah.
is if someone is watching to look at improving it, I run two different clinics. So I'm actually finding it hard because some people, there's not different options for different times on the two clinics for some reason. So if I could do like why Boston clinic open on these days and this time, and my next clinic open at this time, it'd be great. But right now it's just
You
they
can.
can book in either. So so there's a few. Oh, is there? I'm
Yeah.
not sure how to do it.
If I'm on the right tracks as to what you mean, so what you need to do is go to, you can do this now if you want to do it. And anyone else watching can listen. Go to your Faces app, go to your calendar. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, just so everyone's aware, if obviously the booking link is amazing and that's so your clients can self-book, you can manually book people into your calendar as well. So let's say you're having lunch with a friend or you're with a client and they want to rebook, they don't need to go through your link. You can do it onto the calendar.
No, I've been doing that as well. When one of my regulars messaged me, I've then been going, right, you booked in, and then resending that because then it obviously sends them a reminder of the appointment as well.
Yeah.
Which absolutely. Is
great. So if you click on a random day, so let's say click on today, if I can find today, what date is it? 26th. So you can see your clinics there. Are you able to get it up, lovely, just so you can follow?
I can't because I'm on my phone today, so I'll do it as soon as I get off.
Okay, I will just talk through it, and then anyone who's listening can do it as well. So you click on the day. So let's say you wanted to run a clinic today. You'll be able to see your opening times there. You can edit the opening times. So if you're
so it's letting me do that for one clinic, but for the other clinic, it's not letting me look like on a Wednesday. I only work at Beyond Beauty, the website that you pulled up, on a Wednesday, but it's not letting me lock down just the Wednesday, just for that clinic. I have tried a few times.
I should know this, but let me just go on to here.
I might be like just missing something, but I have tried a fair few times because I've changed all my opening times.
Yeah, but it's not saving. Is that what you mean?
So my opening say I've put on a Wednesday I'm open 9 till 3. It's letting clients book in 9 till 3 at Beyond Beauty and at Why Boston. So I'm having to message clients and say I'm not open on that time at Why Boston because it's not giving me an option for my second clinic opening time.
Are you going to your My Clinics? Hold on, I've got blurred background. Yeah, and then individually going on to and it's not no. So every Wednesday I've had, when anyone books in on Wednesday, I am emailing them just to check they are booked in for the right clinic. And if they're not, I'm then just swapping them over, rescheduling, because it has got a button to reschedule. And everyone's been fine about it. That shouldn't be happening. So after this call, I will look into this and I'll look into your account for you, lovely.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. So it might be something's missing.
Maybe I'm missing something.
We'll go through it, but anyway, again, we've digressed a little bit. So where were we? Faces app. Amazing that you've been getting new business. That's incredible and so easy. And like you say, even them just clicking that link, they can book in, they can pay the deposit, they can fill out their forms, and you don't have to do anything. And that's great. So I'm really pleased that you've managed to kind of break the habit, so to speak, in terms of the way that you book in. And I think that's it. Once you kind of find what works for you in business, why would you change that? So I think that's why a lot of people have been a bit reluctant to use the booking platform, because you're in a routine as to how you do something. But I think, like what's happened to you, there becomes a time where you think, okay, this is a lot of work and a lot of admin and a lot of responding to messages, when actually, my clients trust me, you know, it's going to be easier for them to book in as well. Because, you know,
Yeah.
because if the thing is, if they book in by a message, it's like, oh, I'll drop her a message later. You know, it's something that just maybe isn't as urgent. Whereas if they can just click on a link and book, it's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
done.
really pleased that's working for you. With regards to sort of your going back to your business then, what would you say is sort of your biggest achievement when it comes to your business? And, you know, is there any kind of specific event or thing that's happened where you think, do you know what, I'm really proud of that?
All of it.
Oh,
I,
good.
because I struggled so much with my mental health, a couple of years ago, I kind of was a bit of a recluse. I didn't do anything. Like, we went into lockdown and everyone was like, oh my God, like I'm at home all the time. And I was like, people were here. Because I didn't leave the house. I didn't do anything. I'd really locked myself down. So coming out of lockdown and then training in things and opening my business, I'm like, I'm building myself up as well as my clients. Like, I'm watching, like on my timeline, going, oh my God, last year I was like proud that I'd got 3 clients in a week, and now I'm like, oh my God, I'm
Oh,
yeah,
do you know
I'm
what?
really proud of.
I absolutely love that, Kirsty. I think, you know, to have the courage and the determination to be like, do you know what? I need to change something and I need to, you know,
Yeah,
my confidence is just incredible. And now you're able to help women do the same thing, is
I've
just
I've
fantastic.
I've helped other women open their own businesses as well. So, where I rent at White Boston Lakes, there's 2 other rooms, and one of my friend is a Reiki practitioner, and I kept saying, "Go on, just take the room. There's another room there, take it." And she was like, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. And I ordered her a door sign that matched mine because our doors are next to each other.
Stop
And
it.
she's open now. And she was like, oh my God, you're leaving. Because obviously I've gone on holiday. And
Yeah.
I was like, you'll be fine. So while I was on holiday, I put a post up about her business. And she was like, oh my God, Kirsty, like my business has gone crazy this week. So
Oh, Kirsty. And mate, that, do you
I
know what?
met
I
her.
absolutely I hope she's using the Faces app for her consent forms.
She has downloaded it. She has
God.
downloaded it.
God, make sure you teach her how to use it. But that's incredible. Like, and I think I feel so like, I don't know, this is just the best start to the morning, to be honest, talking to you. And you know, I think with regards to other practitioners who go back to sort of the domestic violence aspect and the mental health aspect, you know, if any practitioners need a bit of advice on sort of how they can offer that support to their clients, you know, can they just drop you a message? Would you be happy to?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing. So we'll put all your links in this anyway. So yeah, guys, if any of you just need a bit of advice to Kirsty on, you know, even, you know, a client that you may be worried about, or, you know, what kind of things you can do to make your clinic, you know, a bit more of like a safer space, that kind of thing, you know, Kirsty is definitely the person to do that. And yeah, I feel so like uplifted from speaking with you, Kirsty. And you know, I'm so pleased that everything's working out for you. I think it's incredible. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what comes next, for Good Riddance. So amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I've really enjoyed speaking
Thank
with you.
you.
Amazing. All right. Thank you so much, lovely. Really good speaking with
Thank
you.
you.
Speak to you soon.
Bye.